Hi, I'm Cherie Krim, candidate for Panama City Beach, City Council, Ward 4. I'm running because I love our city. I have the experience and dedication to make a difference here. I believe our government should listen to and work for its people. I will be focusing on our community, our environment, and I will always be an advocate for transparency. On April 21st, vote for me, Cherie. My name is Cherie Krim, candidate for Panama City Beach, City Council, Ward 4. I approve this advertisement.
Wow. So that was 2 years ago. Hello. Happy April the 18th. We have made it here. And just 2 years ago, I was running for city council. And this time we've got new people running. And I'm so excited about this election. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about a lot of other things this evening. So I thank you guys for joining. It is really awesome to just go back and to think that when I ran for city council in Panama City Beach, it really was a great experience. I learned very quickly that the people in Bay County are tired of the hate, the fear, and the greed. Most of us just all want to work together, and we want to live here, and we want to be healthy, prosperous, and safe, right? And we want a community that works for all of us. So that is exactly what I ran on. I think it was community, environment, and transparency. And I truly believe that today. So I want to thank you guys for watching. And I hope that everybody is having a great evening. I want to go ahead and thank everybody who sent an email or a question. It's been a fun few weeks. And I want to start off with, hey, the election reminder. It's tomorrow. So we will go through later on, like we do at the end of every video. We will go through the finances and we will see who's running and all of those things. But what I do want to bring up real quickly is that if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to go ahead and go and look at it. I'm going to share my screen here with you. My Chrome tab of the News Herald, and hopefully it will show you what I want it to show you here. Nope, it's giving me a hard time here on that sharing at this point. So let's try it again. We're going to the News Herald wants to work. There we go. There's actually an article in the News Herald, and it's wanting to give me, it's taking its time loading. But there is an article in the News Herald that talks about the elections, that 4 municipalities are holding elections. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody saw that, what's going on, as well as the News Herald. They had some Q&As with the different candidates as well. So if you want to check that out, also, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to pull up the charter amendments that Panama City Beach wants you to approve. So there is a charter flyer, which is kind of interesting. Where did I get this charter flyer? Oh, I don't know. It's on the pcbeach.org Facebook page, or website, so you guys can go find it there. But I want to quickly go through what these amendments are, because it's really important that everybody understands the 8 ballot questions, right? And so when you're looking at them, the first one, honestly, I don't see an issue with the first one, increasing the residency requirements for the mayor and city council candidates from 6 months to 1 year. There really isn't a big issue with that. Next one, setting a cap on sole source purchases at $50,000 and increasing purchase threshold on competitive quotes to $100,000 for the utility department only. What? No. We need to make sure we know what's being spent. Next, increasing the city manager's emergency spending authority to $100,000 and the routine purchasing from 10 to 25. Why do we want to give people all of this purchasing power? Great question. Next, authorizing the use of competitive bids obtained by other government agencies or cooperative purchase entities. That's not how RFPs work. And you know that, Panama City Beach. No, 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 no. You are trying to circumvent the process right there. Next, exempting IT goods and services from competitive procurement requirements under certain situations. What? Why would we want to not have competitive procurement for everything? Great question. Next, approving updates affecting city management, including establishing the duties of the assistant city manager and calling for annual evaluations for the city clerk and city attorney. Wow, that's interesting. Why wasn't that already done? But I don't think now's the time to change that, is it? I don't know. That one's interesting. Revising the duties of the Civil Service Board to streamline hiring and update the causes for employee discipline. Let's be clear. This is the second time they have tried to do this. And I'm just going to bring myself full back screen because this is the second time they're trying to change the Civil Service Board. They tried to get rid of it in 2019, which was a main sticking point when I ran because I made sure that the super voters understood that the city council at the time had underhandedly tried to make this change. This time, hey, they're doing it in an election year. So they're trying to put it out there for everybody to see. So next up, approving miscellaneous updates related to the budget, execution of documents by digital signature, etc. Yeah, miscellaneous updates. So this is what Panama City Beach has the chance to vote on. So I really think it's amazing to see that those are out there. Honestly, the only one I would vote yes on is the first one. I believe residency requirements. I had actually owned my property for longer than I had lived there, but I had lived in Panama City Beach for, 4 years before I ran. And that's, honestly, you shouldn't just be able to move in there and run. Just like I believe if you're going to run for a state seat, right? Shouldn't you have lived here for more than, say, a few years? I would say I think 5 is a nice little minimum there before you run for state house, because you just moving to an area and running just because you want to, when you have, I was here for a very long time before I decided to run, and I went to the city council meetings that I was involved. And I've done a lot of things, as you can see over my corner here. Leadership Bay has also been one of them. And I'm very proud to have been part of the Chamber of Commerce, the Bay County Chamber of Commerce Leadership Bay program. It was an amazing, amazing thing. But I believe we need some more things, as well as term limits. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm saying it out loud. People shouldn't be able to continually have their positions forever. That's kind of how we are stuck in some of the situations we're at, right? So that is an interesting fact. So elections tomorrow, and we're going to go through the candidates and look at the money here at the end. All right. I remember the last episode, we talked about HR 6833. Does anybody remember what that was? I asked the question, why, Dr. Dunn? Why did you vote against $35 insulin? Now, do you think that quote would have made it to where it needed to go? No, of course. The other quotes that I made that we're going to talk about here in a little bit made its rounds. But why, Dr. Dunn, did you do that? So in today's edition of What Dr. Dunn Says on Facebook, we're going to go pull up his latest video, and we are going to see what Dr. Dunn has to say this week. Let me go ahead. I'm going to shut down a couple of these so that way I can get right to that Chrome tab. And I know what the issue is. I've got way too many links open over here on another site. I was like, why is it not pulling up for me? That would be why. But now I've done that and taken away. All right. So, Dr. Dunn, I'm going to go ahead and I'll make you full screen here. I want to thank you. I got you not muted. And we're going to go.
164,000 immigrant economy at our southern border, up 63% from the previous year. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is planning to eliminate Title 42, our strongest tool to deter the flow of illegal immigrants into our country. Title 42 is a border policy the Trump administration put in place towards the beginning of the pandemic. It allows border patrol agents to quickly turn away illegal immigrants at the southern border. Without Title 42, we will see a significant increase in illegal border crossings and likely a rise in COVID cases. The irony is that the president and the Democrats are pushing for more COVID funding, but failing to address the real threats to our health and safety. I urge President Biden to reconsider the elimination of Title 42. I'm Neil Dunn, your doctor on the Hill.
And I say, Neil Dunn, why did you vote against $35 insulin? That's a really good question. There's many things you voted against that are against the people's interest here. And that right there, that's what we should be questioning you about. And it's interesting because I don't really see you having town halls. I don't see any of our elected officials actually wanting to meet with us and talk with us. So maybe we need to have a town hall, Neil Dunn. I remember how that went the last time. Do you remember? It was a fun time. All right. Culture war. Now that's a fun topic. Watching how easily, I guess, I don't know if easily is the right word here. I really enjoyed being made the villain in this entire story about what happened with the Republican Roundtable. So a business, and I want to thank them, Buster's Beer and Bait, decided that they did not want to have a particular event. And every business is allowed to do this. And it's very interesting because I was made the villain of the story. And of course, one of the places that I'm on the board of had to be put in there as well, which if it's not clear, I'm going to say it. This is my page. And what I say on here, unless I say it specifically from one of the nonprofits, I'm not representing that nonprofit on this page. And for you to go and to make that assumption because you wanted to make it more of a villain. Yeah. So made the villain. But if you actually go and look at any of the Facebook posts about what happened, the people that talk to that business are on there saying, hey, Sheree didn't ask us to do this. We did it because of your hate and what you put out. So honestly, I had to be made the villain. And of course, my name was mentioned because that's how it works. But the fact of the matter is, it was done on purpose. I truly believe that this was a push of an envelope and to see what Bay County, how much hate Bay County can take. Well, I will tell you, Bay County doesn't want the hate. They're tired of the hate, the fear, and the greed. This is Sheree Krim saying this. And I will tell you that I couldn't be prouder of people in our community standing up because thank you. You know, I'm happy that the meeting took place. I am, because you know what? Freedom of speech. I don't have an issue with that. I'm not here trying to silence that. I'm here trying to make a point that we're tired of the hate. So why would we want to deliver more hate? I don't know. I really don't. But I want to thank everyone who did talk and do those things. And again, you know, it is time that we let go of the culture war that has been somehow created because people want equal rights and want to be treated with dignity and respect. And yeah, had to stay the villain. I like it though. I really don't have a problem with any of it, but such is life. But if you have any questions for me about it, or you want to talk about how the LGBTQ people are, I think the words groomers and pedophiles were used in the discussion, when that really isn't the truth. Because let me tell you, when you work with groups that deal with this, you understand very quickly that the LGBTQ community is the one that's being abused, not the ones that are doing the abusing. So speaking of abuse, bullying. Yep, making me the villain in the bullying. So yes, bullying is alive and well here in Bay County, and we wonder why our children are bullying in schools when the adults are bullying other adults. You know, I'm not here to be a bully. I lead with kindness. Nowhere did I say to harass and hate anybody. I would never say that. But we all have a freedom of speech, and we all have the chance to say, hey, business, you're having this event. If you have this event, we don't want to go there. And that's perfectly fine. And that's what happened. So I appreciate everyone who spoke up. Thank you. Thank you. So if we want to look and see what is really happening here in Bay County and talk about the truth, let's go back. And I know I've mentioned this before, but let's talk about who the real pedophiles are in our county. right? I mean, this is a fun one, right? Because there's been so many sex stings recently. Last year, let's talk about who some of these people may be. So I'm going to share my screen with you again because, well, you know, we'll start with this one. Yeah, you see it. Operation Watchdog lands Bay County EMS captain and 37 others in a sex offender sting. Let's look at this. This might be where we want to start, right? This was back, if you guys will see, in February of 2021. But there was a sting that was done, and you can see many people, including Eddie Kemp. So I want to know, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Who knows Eddie Kemp? Who knows Eddie Kemp? That's a great question. I think my screen might be frozen here. I'm not sure. But who knows Eddie Kemp, right? The Bay County EMS immediately put him on administrative leave. But this was a Bay County EMS captain who went to church with him. Who knows him? He was soliciting, y'all, we are better than this. Now, you can go down through the whole list, right? It actually goes through every person, what happened, you know, with them. And again, just down this line, right? Those arrested in the watchdog included all of these people. You can go through every single one, what they said, what they did, failure to register. I don't know. Failure to register. You know, that's a problem. Because if we don't even have our sex offenders registering, that's a whole nother issue. But back here again, you know, all right. Oh, here's a fun one. What sex offenders and predators in Panama City zip code? But Eddie Kemp, Bay County, a captain with Bay County EMS. That right there, that's number one. Let's think about how that has been going. So we have that. Let's go to the next one because that's even more fun. Because Operation Dirty Santa, 33 were arrested in various sex-related crimes. And this was in December 13th of 2021. So look at this. After a 4-day sting, right, you're going to see various people were arrested with this. As you go down the line, failure arrest as a sex offender. Oh, I don't know. Failure to register. Traveling to meet a minor for sex. I don't know. Woo. Transmission of harmful material to a minor, harassing a victim, promoting the sexual performance of a minor, aggravated sexual battery on a victim under the age of 13. Let's look at these people. This, honestly, I just, do you know any of these people? Do we? Do we know any of these people? This is where we have issues. This is our issue here in Bay County. Not LGBTQ, trying to indoctrinate your children. Actually, we've helped save a lot of lives by helping to provide a place that helps support our community. But it just gets better. That was Operation Dirty Santa. Let's go to the next one. Where else do we have issues? Let's see. The local spas. Sex trafficking at our local spas. And the thing is, who are the men that are going to these spas? Are they going to your church? Are they in your community? Why do we have these things here? Who is going to them, right? So I remember a story about, it was one of the times that we were going to do an event for human trafficking. And somebody was upset because we said real men don't buy girls. Because real men don't buy girls. Why would any man try to sleep with somebody under the age of 18? Why would any man even try to do that? Isn't that a minor? Isn't that who we should be protecting from these sexual predators? Yeah, local spas, right? I mean, we can sit here, we know, they named the spa. Some of them are even back open, right? But this right here, who goes to these places? That's who we need to look at being sexual predators and in our community. That's who we need to look at to figure out this is what we have to work on. It's this culture war. It just drives me crazy. People want equal rights, and yet we're blind to what's going on. So blind that I love the last one. The last one's the best one, and I'm going to play the video for you because, wow. Got mute there. We're going to start you over.
24-year-old local businessman accused of trying to meet an underage girl for sex pleaded no contest today and was sentenced to probation. Last April, Panama City realtor Dwight Hicks began having conversations with undercover Panama City police officers who were posing the 17-year-old girl. He then allegedly arranged to meet the teenager at a local hotel and bring her back to his office. When he showed up, he found Panama City police officers waiting. Today, a judge sentenced Hicks to 3 years probation. He will not be labeled as a sex offender, but he will need to undergo a sex offender evaluation and treatment. When Hicks was arrested, State Attorney Larry Bassford said his office had a conflict of interest and asked the governor to bring in another state attorney. First Judicial Circuit State Attorney Ginger Madden's office handled the Hicks prosecution.
At Dr. Wall's Cosmetic and Restore.
Yeah. So, I just got to go back to that real fast because I want to stop it. No, I don't want that. I want the video. Oh, it's a darn advertisement again. I think the key is here that we want to make sure that I pulled up here. And I just have to say this again. Our own Attorney General couldn't handle, Larry Bashford couldn't handle this because of personal reasons. And all they did was give him a slap on the wrist for trying to sleep with an underage girl. That right there is the truth of where we are. Dwight Hicks. Does anybody go, I don't know what church he goes to, but does anybody go to church with him? Why is he trying to sleep with underage girls? Could it be because we sexualize young girls at a certain age, let's say, I don't know, 5 years old, and start dressing them up maybe to go in these beauty contests? I don't know. What is it about men wanting to sleep with underage girls? And what is it that we don't understand that it's wrong? It's wrong. We have to stop allowing this behavior here in Bay County as being normal. Men, number one, don't try to sleep with underage girls. Underage. There's a reason, right? Is that not what we've been talking about? Pedophiles and groomers? Isn't that what they could be considered, Dwight Hicks? What about the BayMS captain? When we think about those things, that really is where the importance is. How are we treating these men after they have done these things? And I really think it is such a sad thing that Dwight just got a little slap on the wrist. And he's not registered as a sex offender, which is kind of interesting because, it probably wasn't, when people do that, is it really their first time? All right. So that is our area, y'all. And in case, I think I've mentioned this before, we are number one in Northwest Florida for child human trafficking in Northwest Florida. And that makes a difference because we have to pay attention to what is going on. So I have done multiple human trafficking training as well as train the trainers and doing my own training. But I think it's important if you want to learn more about sex trafficking to come to one of the events. And I will make sure to share on my page. Oh, I just hit the screen here. Share on my page when the next one is, because it is important for us to understand what sex trafficking is. So I'm just going to pull this up real fast. SAFE, and I'm here on my thing. SAFE is a strategic alliance to fight the exploitation in the panhandle. And SAFE actually is a great program. And I just want to read on the front page, what is sex trafficking? And, sex trafficking occurs when people are forced or coerced into the commercial sex trade against their will. Child sex trafficking includes any child involved in commercial sex. Sex traffickers frequently target vulnerable people with histories of abuse and then use violence, threats, lies, false promises, debt bondage, and other forms of control and manipulation to keep victims involved in the sex industry. Sex trafficking exists within the broader commercial sex trade, often at much larger rates than most people realize or understand. Sex trafficking has been found in a wide variety of venues, all over sex industry, including residential brothels, hostess clubs, online services, fake massage, businesses, strip clubs, and street prostitution. The Panhandle of Florida is becoming a sex destination. Should that worry us? It should, because the children are the ones that these men are coming after. Men and women, mostly men, but there are always some women involved. Yeah. This is an issue. And we have to face this. So if you want to learn more, I will be at an event this weekend. I should say Friday, and I'm going to pull that up here in a moment at the end. So if y'all want to come in and learn some more, there's a great event happening on Friday and then on Saturday. There's a couple of those. So, oh goodness. We've talked about Neil Dunn lies, not voting for $35 insulin. Why, Dr. Dunn? Why did you not vote to give us $35 insulin? Culture wars. Every Floridian deserves the freedom to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. Wouldn't you agree? And that is exactly what I believe in. And I believe in. I'm going to fight for it every day with kindness. With kindness. Hate has no room. And it's time that we lead with kindness. And we find ways to have the hard conversations without being a bully or making a villain or whatever we need to do to make that narrative work for us. We don't have to be that way. Let's talk the truth, because the truth is really so much better. All right, financial information. Yay! Let's go look at Bay County first, because I always have fun here pulling up the Bay County races first. Here we go. And I'm missing my other one, but we will. In fact, you know what? I want to go here first. In fact, I want to go back to the main page. When people talk about Bay County being a majority Republican area, I want to be clear here. You can see very clearly that's not the case. Yes, it's 66,000 Republicans registered here. Many of them I know that don't vote Republican, but hey. But we also have, this is how many Democrats and others. So together, there's about 9,000 difference. Yes, there may be more Republicans here, but it doesn't mean that the people here want the hate and the fear and the greed, because I'll tell you that's not the case. People are tired of that. All right, so let's go to the candidates here. We will be pulling those up. Current candidates and finances. Municipal election, go back down this, right? So we know Callaway Commissioner 1 was unopposed, no money was spent. Callaway Ward 2, we got a couple of people here that have made money. So let's go in, let's look at David Griggs and let's see his last report. Because of course, that's when, well, you got multiple reports here. Let's see this last report. Where did the money go? Well, he received money from CPAR, so that's interesting. And he spent money with USPS. All right. Go backwards here. Not a lot. James Kirkland spent almost all of his money so far. Oh no, there was none spent back then. So all of it was spent a while ago. Never mind. So we're not going to go back to that one. All right, next up. Woohoo! David Masters, Donnie Walker, and Adrian Welly. I think it's Welly, right? Look at this, what they've spent versus what they've gotten. Donnie Walker has the most. Let's see. Most of these people have already spent their money on signs and stuff. So, yep, most of these people have already done all of this stuff before, and I went too far back. All right, next up, let's scroll down here. You got Michelle Miller and Richard Wolf. All right, so, and that is from Mexico Beach. Richard Wolf, go down here. He spent more of his money all back then, so there you go. All right, next up, oh, here we go. Paul Casto and Mark Mead. Jesus God. Paul Casto, $55,000. How much? Oh, this one's the best. How much do Panama City Beach City Council members make a year? Like $25,000. But yet Paul Casto has spent almost $55,000. What? Wow. All right, so let's see where the latest amount of money was spent. All right, we're still getting money in. You guys can always go and pull the Realtors Political Advocacy, whatever. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Let me make this bigger for y'all. Goodyear Enterprises. Then you got the Lat 30 Partners again. Arthur Cullen. Hey, Arthur Cullen made some more money. And Lat 30 Partners. So, every time that they give this to one of these people, they make sure that we don't know what they're spending it on. It says media spend, engagement strategies. Now, there's reasons for that, right? They want to make sure you don't know where they're spending it. So that's why they're going through those strategic partners. So it's kind of an interesting thing how they constantly are able to get all of that done. All right. So thank you on that. I'm going to eventually go back through and pull all the names of who gave to what there, right? So that seat's costing $55,000. That's such a waste of money. I mean, honestly, that's a waste of money. All right. Jeff McConnell, like none of these races should cost this much. This is ridiculous. Jeff McConnell, he decided to spend all of his money. Let's see where, oh, wow. So St. Joe gave Jeff McConnell money. Realtors Political Advocacy gave Jeff McConnell money. And where did he spend the money? Arthur Cullen. Holy crap. Lat 30 Strategic Partners. Imagine that. Imagine that. They had to spend the money that way. TV buys. Wow. Apparently he is running scared if he spent all this money on TV. Why do you need this money? Why do you need this money? Why? That's just ridiculous. Like looking at all of it, like, oh my God, he spent $10,000 on TV ads. It says ad buy, TV commercial and ad buys. Wow. It's a fun thing, man. So that is the world of our local politics. Let me go and pull up the next one. And this is the big one of candidates races. Woohoo! All right, we're going to view the 2022 election. State rep. So, speaking of Matt Gaetz, speaking of human trafficking or suspected human trafficking, Matt Gaetz is on that list, as we all know. And he is one of the people that, yeah. All right, so you got all of this going on here between Rebecca Jones, Schiller, all of these Republicans also running against Matt Gaetz. Then under here, you still have this Neil Dunn, and then you can go back over here, but nothing's been done with his, and then nothing's been done here. Federal, no, those are campaign documents. Those aren't actually doing anything. All right. And then let's see. What does Neil Dunn have? Neil Dunn doesn't have anything either. So nobody started raising money or has any money for any of that race. Where you get to like Rebecca Jones, federal campaign reports, petition signatures, all of that's there. All right. Scroll down. Let's see here. Governor. Let's see. We got Nikki Fried, Ron DeSantis. Look at all these people running for governor. Wow. Annette Taddeo, Charlie Crist. Yeah. All of these people right here. So Ron DeSantis, campaign finance activity. Wow. Ron DeSantis, $7 million. With $2 million of in kind. That's interesting. So let's just go here and see what was spent. I'm going to do expenditures. Where does Ron DeSantis spend his money? Daily Wire? Why would you be spending money in the Daily Wire? The Babylon Bee? Wow, these are interesting. Cure Gina, I don't know what that is. Flex Point Media in Ohio? So why is he spending all this money with all these people that aren't in the state of Florida? Interesting. Not going to go there. All right, so that's Ron DeSantis. Let's see. Does Nikki Fried have any campaign finance activity yet? Yep, look at that. Almost $2 million and only $12,000 in kind. But there you go. Let's see where Nikki's money's been going. I don't know. Yep, she's got out of town people too. Doubletree, lodging, American Doubletree. See, look at that. Hers are going to a lot of, oh, why is that? Lodging. Interesting. Different places. There you go. All right, next up. Attorney General Daniel Ohlfeller, campaign finance activity. Feller, he's got some money in there. That's good to know. Let's see. Oh, Ashley Moody. How much money does Ashley Moody have? Almost $1 million. This is ridiculous. The amount of money. All right. Chief Financial Officer. How much money does Jimmy Patronis have in there? He's got $750,000. And then we've got Commissioner of Agriculture, Ryan Morales. All these people running for agriculture since Nikki's out. State Attorney. For Circuit 20, Circuit 6. Public Defender, Circuit 20. State Senator. I think last time we saw this, right? This person running against Gaynor as well. So that means Gaynor's going to be in the primary. That's going to be fun. Thank you, Regina, for running against him. Let's see. How much does George Gaynor have in his finance activity? He's about $48,000. Okay, George Gaynor. I don't think Carol Azonia has any yet. Or does she? Yeah, $5,000. There you go. Lastly, does Regina have any? Look at that. Nope, not yet. All right. So that's for state senator. Then we go down to state rep. That's 2 here. We are down in 6. Brian Cloudis and Griffiths. All right, Brian Cloudis, campaign finance activity. He spent some money. There we go. Contributions versus expending. So let's just look there. Contributions. In kind. Lots of in kind. Okay, there can't be that. That's how you do in kind. Wow. Look at that. It's going to be interesting, right? Figuring all this out. Wow. I don't know what this is about, but Jesus. All of these people giving all the different, oh, goodness. All right. So with that being said, wow. Whew, gotta love the money. So let's go over and real quickly go to Griffiths real fast. And let's see what he's got in there and where he's been spending his money. He went and spent some money. Let's go to the expense. Hold on. Why does he have all this? He just got $100,000 in money. Holy crap. Where'd the money come from, y'all? Holy shit. He just got a ton of money. Woo-hoo. Wow, y'all. That's what it looks like to get $100,000. But here's the thing. These people live here. Most of them. Given the money. Wow. All right. Hancock Whitney Bank Services. God, that was always fun. Paying Hancock Whitney Services. Yep. Wow. Fundraiser location paid $7,800 for St. Andrews Bay. So, all right. You, at any point in time, you can go and look these up. I know I've said this before. You can go and look them up. And it's really fun to do it. So I hope everybody has learned something. And I just can't believe all of a sudden in a month, $100,000. That's just insanity for a hold on. I got to pull this up because this is just, it blows my mind. The amount of hate that we will allow under certain circumstances. But really, honestly, I mean, seriously, ask the candidates, what do you think of Disney's actions? Right? This is what they said. Is this who we need to vote for, y'all? Is this the crap we want to vote for? I don't want to vote for them. All right. Thank you. This weekend, there are going to be amazing events. And in fact, if you shut down a couple windows here. If you have a chance, I'm going to share. Go ahead. You can go to Eventbrite and you can pull both of these up. But the Walk in My Shoes is an amazing event. And I would suggest if you get a chance to go out to it, you can register on Eventbrite. I will be at the event. It is on Friday at 4 p.m. for the Sunset Walk, all in the name of child abuse prevention and sexual assault awareness. Wear blue and teal and share you and your family, friends' journey to show survivors they are supported in our community. And this is a key because sexual assault awareness. If you want to go, it's going to be awesome. I will be there. I believe I'll be there with a table talking about human trafficking. But I'd love to meet you and come out and talk with you. And I hope that you're able to join. Now, the other event that they have this weekend is also an amazing event. It is the Survivor Art Gala. And the Survivor Art Gala, you guys can buy tickets in Eventbrite. They are $50 to be able to go, or tables of 8 are $400. But this is an amazing event as well. And this is going to be on Saturday evening. It is the Survivor Art Gala. It's benefiting, of course, the Gulf Coast Sexual Assault Program. So I know that I've helped raise money for them and in the past and will continue to do so because it is so important that we are taking care of our community. So if you get a chance to do those, and then I'm going to stop sharing. And then lastly, if you want to join, Oaks by the Bay over in St. Andrews is having Earth Day. And there'll be lots of things going on. I will be there with multiple organizations and making sure to be having a good time and giving away stuff for Earth Day. So I hope everybody has a great week. I think our weather is going to be pretty good. And I know that Earth Day is going to be awesome from 10 to 4 on Saturday. So if you get a chance to do it. But again, I just want to remind everyone, lead with kindness. We are all in this together. And by trying to villainize someone or some group of people as being the issue, that's how we got here, right? And maybe, you want to, we've got to look at where the issue really is. And honestly, we know where it is not, and it's not within this culture war. I know change is hard. We're changing here in Bay County, and I want to thank you all for your kindness and your love and everything else that's going on, because it does matter. Our community, our environment, and transparency are key here in Bay County. And I'm going to continue to fight for women's rights, LGBTQ rights, rights for people who aren't white, rights for people with disabilities, rights for basically everyone, which includes you. I'm here to help all of us. Now, it's not about us versus them. It's about us working together to create a county that works for everybody, not just for some. And that's why this election is going to be very interesting. So I hope everybody has a great Monday, and I look forward to talking to you guys in a couple weeks. I am taking 2 weeks off because I'm headed out of town for a convention, but I will talk with you guys when I come back, and who knows what will happen. We'll have some great new information, I'm sure, about the local politics and to see who won. But good luck to all the candidates tomorrow evening. I know it's very stressful sitting there and clicking on the button on bayvotes.org to figure out who wins. So, hold on. You know what? I want to see how many people have already voted, because I think that would be a very interesting thing to figure out, because it's out here. Current elections. It is here. Early voting sites. File distribution, how to run. Offices up for election. Weird. Thought it was somewhere easy for me to find it, but apparently I am not able to find it. So I thank you guys for coming, and it's going to be interesting to see who wins. I honestly, we need brand new city councils with people who want to work for everyone. And the Panama City Beach definitely needs some help. So good luck, everyone. I hope everybody goes out and votes, because it is important and it is what we need to do to help our area. So thank you guys. Lead with kindness. Be kind to all, because that is our path forward.